Russ was talking yesterday when you play a defense like this, kind of like Cleveland, Minnesota, you got to be patient over the course of the game. I guess how does that play out from your guys' side as coaches?
As far as
just in terms of even if there's not success early, just kind of sticking with it throughout the game.
Yeah, I think it's a really well-coached defense, as everybody knows. They're playing well this year, despite their record. There's a million different looks that they can give you, more so than your average team. And so, to your point, you're going to have your chance, hopefully, to get some downfield shots, but they take those away with some consistency. And so, I think when he's talking about being patient, there's the don't get frustrated early if it's not going well, but also as a quarterback, don't force the ball when it's not there. And take your check downs and just keep being efficient offensively, and that's important, more so in this game than ever.
Sean talked about just the way that Belichick will change a plan wholesale or specific. So as you get going early in the game with him, can you sort of identify what they're doing, or does he then continue to sort of change it over the course?
I think a little bit of both. Obviously, he's the godfather of coaches, and he's that for a reason. He's going to pay close attention to your personnel, what you like to do with them, based on formation, based on situation. He's going to take away certain players, you can watch other teams, other games. Okay, they played this receiver like that. Maybe he'll look at Portland like that, or maybe he'll look at Jerry like that. And so you try to anticipate that, but to your point, it's going to be a unique plan, and so, paying attention to the game, paying attention to the play, the pictures after each drive, and trying to figure out, what his plan is for our team is obviously very important.
It looks like it might be snowing for the game. How much, if at all, does that impact the game plan?
I think it depends on how much. The wind is probably a bigger factor than that. They usually keep the field in pretty good condition. So, if it's a blizzard and the ground's covered with snow, obviously that's a big deal. If it's just cold and snowing and the field's clean, probably not as big a deal. And then obviously, I don't think there's reports of huge winds, but if the wind kicks up, then that obviously is a huge factor.
With Lucas Krull, what stood out to you guys initially about him, and then how have you seen him progress?
Yeah, I think a tall player, good length, he can run, catches the ball well, smart, plays hard, plays with a lot of enthusiasm. So, just with Greg being out, he kind of fills that receiving role a little bit more than, for us. So, it's just kind of that third down and pass catching tight end is also functional as a blocker.
There was that opening play, the 40-yard pass to Jerry.
Yeah.
Are slant routes something that maybe play into Jerry's strength and something that can be used a little more going forward?
Yeah, possibly. I think he's a twitchy receiver, quick, can set those routes up. Obviously, that was a zone. It's kind of a zone read actually, and Russ saw the space and threw it to him. So wasn't man-to-man per se, which is usually what you think of for slant routes often. But he's good at those too. So I think we've got a number of good slant route runners that we can use.
You've been around Sean more than most.
Yeah.
After he has an interaction like you did with Russ on the sidelines, do you talk to Russ about, hey, it's not personal, because you've probably been on the other end of some of those, or how does that work as the OC with the quarterback?
I think early on, game days it's like Vegas. What goes on game day stays on game day. It's an emotional time, and you can't take things personal. We've all been on the end of that, and we've all been Sean in those situations as well, yelling at somebody, and it's just the emotion of the game. And I don't think it's nearly as big a deal, or we don't take it personal. That's just part of it, and you laugh about it later. So, in fact, Russ came up yesterday and said it's his turn to yell at Sean, and everyone, in this situation, everyone's got good relationships with each other, and it's just part of being, in a family.
Thank you.